Marvel has an intricate world, meticulously created so all films make sense with each other. For the most part, they are brilliantly crafted except for a few character changes they were hoping we wouldn't notice. But nothing gets by Screen Rant, and we found them all. Who has beef with Downey Jr.? And where did Scarlet Witch's accent go? Let's discover this and more shocking changes the MCU thought they'd slip by audiences, but we won't let them. Are you new to Screen Rant? Give us a like and hit the subscribe button to be the first one to know of any new videos.
What if I say no?
I'll persuade you.
And what if the other guy says no?
The Hulk switch. Prior to Mark Ruffalo playing Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, a famous 3-time Oscar-nominated actor portrayed the role. Do you know who it was? That's right, Edward Norton. Edward Norton was cast as Bruce Banner in 2008's The Incredible Hulk, but was not invited back to continue playing the role. This was never discussed, mentioned, or commented on at all in the films. They just slipped in another actor as if nothing happened. So why was Norton let go from the famous role? Well, depending on who you ask, you'll get different answers. Apparently, it was a mix between his portrayal of the character not matching up with audiences' expectations, which hurt the box office, as well as creative differences between Marvel Studios, Norton, and director Louis Leterrier. These differences led to Ruffalo taking over the role in Joss Whedon's 2012 The Avengers, a film that killed at the box office. When asking Ed Norton about this so-called failed attempt at the Hulk, it seems he has mixed opinions. He says things like he doesn't want to play the same thing for too long, but also said on Facebook to fans he was sad to not be returning. With all the chatter about Edward Norton not thinking the script was ever good enough, and then him even refusing to do publicity for the film, we're not surprised that Marvel just slipped this change in and welcomed Ruffalo to the role. Blonde Black Widow. Many people were excited that Black Widow had a little hair upgrade, while others wanted Black Widow to stay true to her roots. Scarlett Johansson, who plays Natasha Romanoff since the very beginning, has always had beautiful red hair. That is, until Avengers Infinity War, when fans were shocked to see ScarJo with a blonde do. Marvel just made the change and most likely hoped we'd justify that change ourselves. So far, though, through all the films, Black Widow has sported red hair, which stays true to the comics. Apparently, though, the change was not just a random hair dye decision, but a well-thought-out character change. Over the years, Black Widow's hair has been consistently getting lighter, but still remaining in the shade of red we know and love. The switch to blonde was a bold choice. Since the ending of Captain America Civil War, Tony Stark informs her that Black Panther told Thaddeus Ross, the Lieutenant General of the US Army, that she helped Captain America escape from the government, meaning that to stay safe, she may need to not be so noticeable. We aren't really sure that this isn't just a way to make the blonde hair make sense. We find it hard to believe that no one would notice Black Widow without red hair. What do you think about this? Is it a planned change or something Marvel tried to slip by us?
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Thanos' appearance changed. When Thanos first appeared in the end credits of 2012's The Avengers, his look was vastly different from when we saw him in 2018's Avengers Infinity War. We assumed Marvel hoped that fans forgot his look, but we didn't. In the end credit sequence, Thanos appeared more like a king, a purple and gold helmet with skin a deep reddish purple tone. His body was covered in full armor, and we got the sense he had power. When we see Thanos in Infinity War, his skin almost appears more pink than red, and his helmet and armor are gone. His eyes lack the bluish glow they first had in the end credits sequence. The actor Josh Brolin, who voiced over the CGI character, actually appears slightly like Thanos, and this is because they purposefully made him look more like Brolin. Many fans were disappointed with Thanos' change of appearance and wanted to see the gold armor and helmet back. Marvel said they knew they needed to do something different for the Mad Titan and it was an early decision. However, they did keep the character recognizable enough for fans to relate him to the old Thanos. VFX supervisor Matt Aitken said that it was pertinent for the film to change Thanos as he was in hundreds of shots, so they needed the CGI to be more natural. Which Thanos do you prefer?
Nothing personal, boys!
Fandral upgrade. Back in 2011, Thor was released for the first time starring Chris Hemsworth and directed by Kenneth Branagh. Alongside Hemsworth was actor Josh Dallas, who played Fandral the Dashing. Fandral was seen on Thor's first outing as the God of Thunder with his hammer in hand. Now, it wasn't because Dallas did a bad job that Marvel tried to slip this actor change by us. It was because Dallas had other commitments and couldn't come back to reprise his role in The Dark World and Ragnarok. Marvel replaced Dallas with actor Zachary Levi as Fandral, and he has played the role ever since. Levi is known for his work in the movie Tangled and TV show Chuck, but it was definitely the Marvel films that have shot him to fame. Josh Dallas is now known for his character of Prince Charming on ABC's Once Upon a Time, and we assume that's the commitment that contractually held him away from shooting the following Marvel films. ABC wouldn't want their lead to miss any episodes on the fan-heavy series, especially since the series began in 2011, the same year as the first Thor was shot. We wonder if Dallas was upset that he couldn't continue to work alongside the God of Thunder and the other superheroes we all love. Did you notice the change of actors? Who did you prefer in the role of Fandral? Red Skull returns. This character change is next to impossible to spot. Let's see if you saw the character change Marvel thought they'd sneak by us all. In Infinity War, the return of Red Skull shocked a lot of fans because we watched him die in Captain America: The First Avenger. But it isn't Red Skull himself we're here to discuss. It's the change of actors that no one noticed. Due to the heavy prosthetics the role requires, it's almost impossible to see who is under that red face to begin with. In 2011, Hugo Weaving brought the skeletal villain to life. Weaving, however, did not return for Infinity War, so who was Marvel trying to hide? It was actor Ross Marquand. So why the change of actors? Well, according to Weaving, he was not up for doing another superhero action film. He said that he was happy to have tried that sort of film, but as an actor, he wants to explore other things. He finished off by saying that what he keeps being drawn back to are films that he has a personal affiliation with. Well, seeing as Weaving openly admitted it's a sort of project he doesn't want to do, it's obvious why Marvel tried to slip this change by us. Marquand, who's mostly known from the hit series The Walking Dead, couldn't have been more excited. Ross admitted in an interview that he used to draw Red Skull as a kid, so it was such a geeky pleasure of his to get to embody the role.
Hard to see what all the fuss is about. Write that down.
Howard Stark musical chairs. Howard Stark is one Marvel character that has really been passed around. He isn't the most popular character, so it may be one reason this does seem to fly slightly more under the radar than other changes. Howard Stark is the founder of Stark Industries and is first seen in 2008 in Iron Man, played by actor Gerard Sanders. Next, Howard Stark was seen in Captain America: The First Avenger in 2011, played by Dominic Cooper. Cooper went on to play Howard in 5 episodes of the Marvel series Agent Carter. The third actor to jump into the game of Howard Stark musical chairs is Mad Men's John Slattery. Slattery took on Howard Stark in Iron Man 2, Ant-Man, and Captain America: Civil War. As Gerard plays Stark in much of his adult life in a slideshow in Iron Man, by recasting John Slattery as an older version, it is just plain genius. The resemblance is uncanny. Howard Stark was not seen in Avengers: Infinity War and is not slated to be in Avengers 4. We wonder why all the changes. The obvious one is the age difference, but then why was Dominic Cooper there as well? Is it simply actor schedules, or did Marvel really think no one would notice? Either way, they all did a bang-up job. Who's your favorite Howard Stark? Bearded Captain. Since the first time we met Captain America, he has always been measured, clean-cut, and overall a noble person. Throughout the course of the films, Cap has definitely become more weary of others and adapted his ways within the Avengers, but it was the beard that some fans thought took his character evolution a bit too far. With the release of the first Infinity War trailers and posters, we all noticed that one major change. Cap had a beard. Once the film was released, the beard was never explained. Chris Evans attempted to justify the clean-cut American hero's change by saying that Cap checked all formality at the door, so he may be more of a loose cannon for this battle with Thanos. Also, Cap and Black Widow have been conducting their own secret missions, so that could potentially account for the change of look for both of them. The appearance changes could help them cover up their identity for successful missions, though we question if a beard would really trick people that well, especially with his well-known face. If the beard is really more of Cap letting loose and going rogue to defeat the Mad Titan, we're so into it. But if this was just Marvel trying to make a reason for Chris Evans to have a beard, then we're not really letting this slip by.
Hey, buddy. Didn't expect to see you here.
Look, it's me. I'm here to deal with it. Let's move on.
Terrence to Cheadle. War Machine is a famous character from the MCU, and prior to John Cheadle, the actor who played the role was Terrence Howard. Marvel obviously slipped this change in without uttering a word, hoping that audiences wouldn't notice. Terrence Howard was first cast as James Rhodes in 2008's Iron Man. Howard starred across from a now steady Marvel alum, Robert Downey Jr. Jon Favreau's brilliant movie blasted Downey Jr. into a new realm of superstardom and quickly upped Downey Jr.'s pay significantly. According to Howard, so much so that he was practically pushed out of the film. As Terrence said on Watch What Happens Live, he helped Downey get the role, and then when it came to Iron Man 2, his friend didn't have his back. Terrence said Marvel was offering 1/8 of what they originally agreed on in the 3-picture deal, whereas Downey was getting paid more, basically taking Howard's pay. Howard called his friend who didn't return his call for 3 months. Obviously, Terrence turned it down, not only angered at his friend, but at the studios who said they felt the film would be successful with or without him. The Oscar-nominated actor walked away and was replaced with his co-star from Crash, Don Cheadle. Cheadle went on to portray War Machine in future films. Robert Downey Jr. is still, in 2018, the highest-paid MCU character actor to date.
Please, don't do this.
What choice do we have?
Scarlet Witch. The Scarlet Witch clearly has a long Marvel trajectory ahead of her. The films have been setting her character up just perfectly to become a major asset in the near future, and not that she isn't already. But there's one thing Marvel changed since her appearance in Age of Ultron, and we're certain you caught this one as well. We're not sure if they thought we wouldn't notice, but the fact that her accent disappears when we see her in Infinity War is a major change that was slipped in with no comment whatsoever. So why was Scarlet Witch's accent taken away? Joe and Anthony Russo said that it was very intentional to continually strip down Wanda's accent as she acclimated. They explained that if you're trying to disguise yourself or hide, a main trigger warning of who you are would be your accent. Some fans are wary of this explanation because in Infinity War she is mainly seen talking to Vision in private where she could speak with her native accent. Wanda's scenes are very emotional in Infinity War, so perhaps this decision was also to allow audiences to focus on the dialogue and connection instead of the accent. Why do you think Marvel decided to take away Scarlet Witch's natural accent? Either way, accent or no accent, she's going to draw attention with her kick-ass ways. There's no stopping Scarlet Witch and her crazy powers.
No one dislikes you, Wanda.
Thanks.
Did you notice any of these changes, or did they slip right by you? Are there any secret changes you noticed? Let us know in the comments below. Give us a like and hit the subscribe button to join the exclusive Screen Rant gang. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.